Welcome. Today we are taking up second feature of organization mathematics of Gita text. This feature is transcendental content flow, Divya Dravya Parvaha. We are acquainted with a matter, a physical matter. However, the Divya Dravya, transcendental content, is the feature of our solar universe, and it is this content, transcendental content, which is being chased for its manifestation here as our solar universe. The matter be taken as a three-space content, and the transcendental content is a five-space content. So it is a five-space matter. We have to comprehend as to the distinctive features of the contents of different dimensional spaces. When we make a line which gives us a length, it is because of one space content playing the role of a domain or of a length. Area is a two-space content feature, and our physical matter is a three-space content. Ahead is a creative content, a four-space content. Then there is a transcendental content, and ultimately we will be having a self-referral content. But today we are focusing upon the role of a transcendental content. Not only that, we want to chase its flow, how the transcendental content is flowing from the orb of the sun, from origin of sun, from origin of sixth space into our space, Akash Tattva, a five space. Divya Dravya Parvaha is a flow of five space content from the origin of the sun, from orb of the sun, and same fulfills our space, and that way our space fulfilled with Divya Dravya makes it a phenomenon, existence phenomenon of our solar universe. We will be coming to it, but at the outset it be taken that today we are taking up the aspect of Divya Dhrav, transcendental content, as it flow. It is an organization mathematics of the text of Gita. We have noted that the Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a scripture of 18 chapters, and these chapters are arranged, organized, manifested as 47 shlokas, 72 shlokas, and so on, reaching up till 78 shlokas. Its format, its manifestation of this as its format is the shloka ranges of Gita Paranam, and this Gita Paranam shloka gives the contents 18 flow ranges as 47 to 80. Now let us see that this range of 18 chapters gives us first half as of first 9 chapters, and second half being the last 9 chapters. Let us see that the summation value of these values 47, 72, 43, so and so up till here, it gives us a value 372. So the remaining, the second part naturally will be having 328, because this range of 700 becomes a pair of halves of value 350 each. The first half is of range of 372. This value 372 is 22 more than the half value 350. As such, we see that this organization as it is splitting this flow range, but not of equal value, but of distinct values, and the difference remains that the first half is having 22 units more than the value half, and naturally the second half is having 22 units less. So make a note that this organization has a feature that value 22 is playing its role. Now let us go to the organization as per the Gita Parinam Shlok. Gita Parinam Shlok up till first 9 chapters gives us a value 394. See, this 394 value is 22 more than the 372. So value 22 has its specific role, and we have to comprehend the importance of this feature of the organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as well as of its format as per the Gita Parinam Shloka. Therefore, one shall comprehend it that the organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is availing value 22. Now, here text is having additional value 22, and the format as well is having additional value 22 as far as the first half is concerned. However, in the context of the second half, the additional value will be 23. It is here where the distinction comes in regarding the manifestation of the text and the format upon which this manifestation is taking place. Now, to appreciate it, let us see that Srimad Bhagavad Gita has its study zone, means what we have to study, what we have to comprehend is that part which permits a split for 700 as 350 and 350 values, and then the difference as to how the first part has additional value 22, and as a consequence the second part will have a 22 value less. Here we will reach at value 372, and here the value will be 328. To have its appreciation, let us introduce ourselves the concept of a sthapatya miring rod. Before that, let us have the concept of hypercubes. The dimensional bodies, say of one space, is designated as interval. The two space body is designated as a square. 3 space body is designated as a cube. And in the present day approach, geometric approach to universe, we stop here up till 3 steps. However, the Vedic systems are not stopping here. Vedic systems are taking us up till 6 space. So we are acquainted with interval, square and cube, but we are not acquainted with 4 space, 5 space and 6 space bodies. Let us accept by a definition that these bodies are hypercubes. Let us take it that we are designating them by definition. Subsequently we will be coming to it, why this designation and what is the importance of this designation, that interval is becoming our hypercube 1, square is becoming hypercube 2, cube is becoming hypercube 3, and so the higher bodies will be hypercube 4, hypercube 5 and hypercube 6. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the text which is organized along this format of a hypercube 6. Therefore, to have an appreciation of the mathematics of organization of the text of Gita, we have to be face to face with the format features of hypercube 6. We may formally define that hypercube 6 is the representative regular body of 6 space. 6 space body, regular body, is designated as hypercube 6. The second feature about this is that these bodies are fourfold manifestation layers. For that, let us take that our cube is giving us dimensional for a axis. Say there we are having 3 axes, means we are having 3 lines, and these lines as such are playing the role of dimension. So it is one feature of this body. Then we know this body is enveloped within 6 surfaces. So here 2 space is playing its role. 6 such surface plates together make a spatial boundary. So we are having here a boundary fold, and we are having volume. It is so we are having 1 space playing its role as a dimension, 2 space as a boundary, 3 space itself as a volume. But we are missing that there is a center here. It is this center of the cube which is of a dual status. This origin point is of a dual status. It is part of this volume and it is part of the format of this manifestation. So for the present, let us take it that the cube is a fourfold manifestation layer where 1 space, value 1, is playing the role of a dimension, 2 space is playing the role of a boundary, 3 space is playing the role of domain, and 4 space is playing the role of a origin. As such, for the present, it be taken that hypercubes are fourfold manifestation layers. Hypercube 1, interval, 1 space body as a fourfold manifestation layer will be represented by quadruple values -1, 0, 1 and 2. -1 and parallel to it is -1 space, 0 space, 1 space and 2 space. These quadruple spaces together as dimension, boundary, domain and origin are manifesting hypercube 1. The representative regular body of 1 space means 1 space content as a domain which provides us the length of this interval. So this length is because of the manifestation of a 1 space content as a domain fold of hypercube 1. A step ahead, square, hypercube 2, as well is a fourfold manifestation layer where the quadruple values 0, 1, 2 and 3 parallel to Eurospace as dimension, 1 space as boundary, 2 space as domain and 3 space as origin. So these quadruple space contents simultaneously manifest hypercube 2. You have noted that here the quadruple values, if we sum them, it gives us a value 2. And so 0, 1, 2, 3 summation value will be 6. The difference here is of value 4. So a step ahead, when we will be going to hypercube 3 as a quadruple values representation 1, 2, 3, 4 parallel to quadruple spaces 1 space, 2 space, 3 space and 4 space simultaneously manifesting hypercube with 3 space content as the domain fold, and the summation value of these quadruple values is 10. Up till this we have some acquaintance, some features before us because we are handling as if we are friendly with interval, square and cube. We are not already friendly with hypercube 4, hypercube 5 and 6. We have to be friendly with it, and this family of the bodies is in continuity of our well-known bodies interval, square and cube. Interval is a hypercube 1, a representative regular body of 1 space. Square is a 2 space body, hypercube 2, 3 space body, hypercube 3. So as 3 space is giving us cube as its representative regular body, so 4 space as well is a real space, and reality is that 4 space content is designated as a creative matter, and it is a 4 space body, it is hypercube 4. So hypercube 4, a representative regular body of 4 space, is of quadruple spaces content simultaneous manifestation 2, 3, 4, 5. The quadruple values gives us summation value 14. At 5, which is a transcendental content with which we are interested, for which we are initiating now at present from this lesson onwards. Now it is the quadruple values 3, 4, 5, 6, summation values 18. Here 3 space, our cube, our 3 space content is playing the role of a dimension. For as far as the cube was concerned, we are having lines, linear axis. But when we are going to this transcendental content, means a 5 space content, then the dimensions would be solid. As many as 5 dimensions, 5 solid dimensions will be manifesting this. Value here is 18. But the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is availing the format of hypercube 6, representative regular body of 6 space. It is a fourfold manifestation layer, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and summation value is 22. Here we are. It is this value 22, means it is this 6 space, means it is hypercube 6, means it is Sun as a 6 space body is playing its central role, and that means the Sun comes at the middle. And step ahead when we'll go, we'll see that we'll be having a 7 streams. The origin of 6 space is a 7 space. Now this 7 space, which is the origin, when the origin will be transcending out, means the 6 space body split into a pair of parts, and its origin 7 space splitting means transcending out. When the pole star transcends out, places itself in such a way that it coordinates the both hemispheres of our solar universe. It is this organization of 6 space permitting transcendence for its origin is 7, and the 6 space domain splitting into a pair of domains. See the value 6 7 and 6 gives us summation value 19. And when we will be proceeding further, we will see that these formulations, as these are having their transcendental values. These are the transcendental content. These are having transcendental code values, and these code values are associated as per the placement values of these letters in the Devanagari alphabet. Now, these values 1, and it will get value 9 when we'll go to the consonants. Likewise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. This we will be coming to it. Some of you are well acquainted with it. So these code values, when we'll take up the formulation Krishna, it is important because this enlightenment, this divine dialogue is the enlightenment flow of Krishna. And this formulation Krishna, as a composition of a letter Ka, Ri, Sha, Ana and A. And code values here is 1, 4, 6, 7 and 1. Summation value is 19. Therefore, this enlightenment of Krishna along this organization format beneath is the enlightenment of this 7-space origin split and our solar universe getting organized as a pair of hemispheres. These northern and southern organization of our solar universe upon light is the basis of the organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, we shall have a pause here and acquaint ourselves with the dimensional bodies. Let us revisit interval, square and a cube. Interval is, a body, a line which is having a pair of endpoints. There are pair of endpoints. Therefore, it is of formulation a raised to power 1 is to 2 b raised to power 0. There are pair of boundary points and it's a domain. The square is taking us to a square is to 4 b raised to power 1. Cube will take us to a raised to power 3 is to 6b square. 4 space will take us to a raised to power 4 is to 8b cube. 5 space will take us to a raised to power 5 is to 10 b raised to power 4. A raised to power 6 body will be 12 b raised to power 5. Now see, this body will give us 1 into 2 as the coordinates for fixation of the boundary. Here we will get 2 into 4 is equal to 8 boundary components. 8 coordinates required for fixation of the 4 boundary components of the square. Step ahead, we will be having 18 coordinates. Then we will be having 32. Ahead we will be having 50. And ahead we will be having 72. Now see, these coordinates 2, 8, then 18, 32, 50, 72. These values C are 2, then 2 plus 6, 2 plus 6 plus 10, 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14, 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14 plus 18. It is 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, 2 plus 6, 10, then 14, 18 and 22. What is this value? It is H1 value. What is this value? It is H1 and H2. It is H1, H2 and H3. It is H1, H2, H3, H4 and 5, 6. So these hypercubes bodies would mean that within a square we will be having a line and square. Within a cube, we will be having a line, square, and a cube itself. So it is within 6 space that we are having all the formations of hypercubes. But what is the distinction between this square and the internal square? The distinction is that here the corner points are of 0 space content, lines are 1 space content, it is a 2 space content. But here, though it is a line, but this line is a 2 space content line. Now in a cube, it is like an iron cube. If we are having a wooden cube, we have a different content cube. So iron cube is a cube in which each element is iron. If we are having a frame, a wooden frame, and we put an iron in it, then the outer part and the lower part, inner part would be distinct. This transcendental content organization is the organization which has distinct external and internal organizations of the same formates. These are the situations which we have to appreciate, and when 6 space permits a split for its origin, and we know it is having is 5 space in the role of a boundary outside, and we know 5 space is giving us a raised to power 5 is to 10 b raised to power 4, giving us 50 coordinates. Now 50 multiplied by 7 gives us 350. So this split, as per the content manifested format, will be of equal values, 350 on this side and 350 on this side. However, the 6 space itself, as if manifested part, distinct than an inner 6 space. The outer 6 space will be having a placement either in one hemisphere or in another hemisphere. And with it, there is going to be a distinction of the organization of the first 9 chapters of Shlokas ranges of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, leading us to 372 units, and the second half is giving us 328 units. Likewise at the manifestation as well. I am stopping here because it is going to be a concentrated situation, because we have to work it out. Actually, it is being worked out. So let us sit comfortably. Let us permit our mind to be parallel with these organizational features of dimensional bodies as hypercubes, having sequential ranges of hypercube format content within the domains itself. Along with this video, we will be giving, say, these tables will be available. One can note down, physically also can be collected. One shall be through these step by step. Permit the mind to absorb it. Have an extension for the family of the bodies with interval, square and cube as their initial 3 members. Acquaint yourself with 4th, 5th and 6th member, hypercube 4, hypercube 5 and hypercube 6. And once one is tuned, acquainted and is parallel to the organization existing in continuity of interval, square and cube, then we shall be preparing ourselves for a further change. Thank you very much.